we have to create an environment for us to feel like leading. And whatever that means for us, right? Whether it means, showing up on those meetings, showing up in a good mood, right?
Insurance dudes are on a mission to escape being handcuffed by our agencies.
How? By uncovering the secrets to creating a predictable, consistent, and profitable agency sales machine.
I am Craig Pretzinger.
I am Jason Feldman.
We are agents.
We are insurance dudes.
Right now, while it's fresh in your mind, check out live.teledudes.com.
We took our notes from over 100 interviews with top agents from around the country and made it into a live webcast.
Using these strategies led Craig and I to selling more than $10 million in premium in the last 2 years.
On this call, you'll receive the exact blueprint to get the same results.
Just go to live.teledudes.com to register for this upcoming Tuesday's live call with us.
If you jump on this call with us, we're certain 2022 will be an absolutely fantastic year for you.
See you there.
Well, hello there, insurance dudes and dudettes. It's Jason Feldman. I am back this week. Thought a lot about what we talked about last week with, leading with data, making decisions with feelings, and that we need to flip that. But I wanted to take it one step deeper because I think that there's a lot to this whole concept. And I wanted to talk about the 3 feelings that will change your agency completely. And if you really focus in these 3 areas and create a feeling in these 3 areas, that this will be the fuel for your agency. It'll be the fuel for your team, and you guys will just dominate. So we all know this. We talked about feelings and kind of the concept with the data feeling correlation where we put our energy. But I want to talk more about like feelings. The way we feel leads to our actions. What we feel like doing is usually what we do. And then what we do, we tend to get a result based on those actions that we do, right? So the 3 areas that we need to really focus on every day to make sure that the feeling's there is, the first one is what we do for prospecting. When we prospect, the best way, there's 2 ways to convince somebody to buy a policy, right? One is beating them to death with information, right? We just tell them, oh, this is on the policy and you get this and let's just do it today. And you're trying to convince them. But are you making them feel like buying? Like, I love buying stuff, and I think most people do, but we don't like buying stuff from a salesy salesperson that's not thinking about us, right? So we want to create an environment for them to want to buy, create an environment. So what is that environment? It's everything from what they read about your agency on the internet, right? That, because this is all how they're going to feel. Like, look at it from their shoes, the way they're being treated by your agents, that phone call conversation with your agents. Really, if they think that they're getting taken care of, or if they think that the person on the phone doesn't care about them, if they feel like this is the best decision that they can make, then they will buy. And you don't have to convince them, right? They feel like it's the right thing to do. If we can focus on what are all the feelings that person that we're reaching out to, what are they feeling, and what would make them feel good and feel like they want to buy, and what would kind of be repellent, what would make them not want to buy. And if you're hearing those things going on in your agency, change those. Okay, so that is the obvious one, right? Is the prospecting. 2, how your staff feels. And I think that this is something that a lot of agency owners don't think about as much, but it's everything. What is that environment like? Are you creating an environment that people want to show up to work to? This can be everything from keeping the wrong person, like we talked about a while ago, keeping the wrong person on the team that makes them feel like not wanting to see that person. It can be everything from snacks that you might have, but just an environment where everything, you feel like going to this place because it's welcoming. There's nothing dangerous there. There's not the person that's angry. You want them to feel like, oh, this, like, I'm excited to be at work. Because if they're excited, then they're going to sound like that on the phone, and they're going to represent exactly what you want. So their feelings are so important. And it's important to the longevity if they want to stay. Because if it's not a fun place and they're dreading where they're showing up, then they're going to leave. So you have to worry about your team's feelings and how do they feel? How does it feel to be them? Is it good? Is it bad? Let's change that. Let's make those decisions based on that. Okay. So that's number 2. And then number 3 is us as a leader. we have to feel like it. We have to feel like leading. So what does that mean? That means it's everything. It's creating an environment around you to feel like doing the things that will move the needle. So like I talked to you about working out last week, that's important. So I have to create an environment that makes it easy to do the workout so that I can get the results. Like, so if I feel like it's not going to be a nightmare to do, then I will probably do it. So the way you feel, if you create a really good feeling, you lower the barrier to entry to do the things that will give you the results that you want or be able to take action. So again, it's like this. If you're wanting to lose weight and work out and stuff, and you have a bunch of snacks in your bed, and in order to work out, you have to go to the gym that's 30 minutes away, what would be easier to do, right? We're definitely going to do whatever's easier because it'll feel like this is too hard and it'll feel like, oh, this is easy. It's not a big deal. So we have to create an environment for us to feel like leading. And whatever that means for us, right? Whether it means, showing up on those meetings, showing up in a good mood, right? Like just even that, like don't let those things, and this can work from going home. Like if you're in a bad mood at work and then you go home and you project that, everyone's going to feel awful. And then you're going to get really bad results at home. But also if something's going on at home and you show up to work, you have to be cognizant like, hey, I might have had a fight in the morning or something like that with my kids. You got to show up to work and everything's awesome, and really create that environment because it's really important. We have the control. We are the creators of our agency and we have to create that environment. So at your agency, it's making sure that, you like what it looks like in there or whatever's going to make you feel proud. Do those things. Don't do the things that is going to make you sad. If it's changes with the carrier, because we're experiencing a lot of that right now. And I can dwell on it and start feeling all angry about it, or I can do things that's going to make me feel like showing up and being the leader and be motivated to do the things I need to do to really make the business go to the place that I want to do. So it's really important, the feeling part of this, because creating a feeling for you to want to do the stuff that you want to do, creating a feeling for them, for your team to be able to thrive, and then creating a feeling for your clients to want to stay. If those three things are met, you're going to have no issues in your agency. Now, a lot easier said than done because we don't always feel like everything, but we need to start thinking about the things that make us feel like doing the actions that create the results that we want. And then the actions that don't create the results we want, we have to create an environment that it feels really difficult to do those things. So you move away from doing that and towards the things that you want to do. So that's a lot. It's so simple, but I was just, it's one of those things that I think that we don't think about as much, and we need to. And I thought a lot about it over the last week. And I think like there's a lot, like looking at it in that lens can change a lot of the way you do things for the better. And I think that's a playbook. That's a playbook. I'm Jason Feltman. Thank you for sticking around. I will talk to you next week.
Hey, what are you still doing here?
Well, while you're still here and while it's fresh in your mind, check out live.teledudes.com.
Yeah, if you weren't listening before, we took notes from over 100 interviews with top agents from around the country and made it into a live webcast.
Using these strategies did help Craig and I write over $10 million in premium in the last couple years.
And let me tell you, on this call, you'll receive the exact blueprint to get the very same results.
Again, that's live.teledudes.com to register for this upcoming Tuesday's live call with us.
And if you jump on with us, we are certain 2022 will be an absolutely fantastic year for you.
See you there.